Yahushai, Ba'asham Kwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. I was just watching some video about a woman that has just found out that I'm gonna put it on her mother, man, because her mother's a real parent, right? Her mother lied to her about who her parents, who her real father was, right? And then the other guy, he's just a simp anyway, right? And he ain't even her real father anyway, man. But they both did lie to her about her paternity, but then it just made me realize that women don't like the truth, man, because some people in the comment board was pointing out that her mum lied to her and all of this. And then the women always kept trying to pull it back to both people, which it is both people. But the point I'm making is that they couldn't stand to see the woman being talked about for any amount of time, man. And when you actually read the scriptures, man, it's kind of deep why women don't even like the truth, man. Right? It's kind of deep, man. And I was just thinking about it, and then it led me to this part of the scriptures. This is First Ezra chapter 4 and verse 13. And this is going into a time where some Israelites was speaking to one of the Persian kings, and they was talking to him about what they think strongest, right? And one man said that they think that the king's strongest. Another man said that they think women are strongest, right? And then another one said that they think that the truth is strongest, right? This is verse 13. Then the third who had spoken of women and of then the third who had spoken of women and of truth, this was Zerubbabel, began to speak. O ye men, is it not the great king, nor the multitude of men? Excuse me, let me read that again. O ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, or hath lordship over them? Are they not women? Right? And this guy was pointing out all these things about women. He ended up pointing out all these things about women and showing all the ways that women have power, right? And really, when you understand these things, when you read these things, these points, you can't deny them that women have power to even be around kings just by being born, right? Women have power to just be around kings by being born, man. Verse 15, women have borne a king and all the people that bear rule by sea and land, which is true. And that's why women like to always talk about that, oh, we without a woman you wouldn't be born, which is true. However, without men, all of you wouldn't be born. And that's where the truth comes in, right? Which is stronger than women. And that's why women don't like the truth, man. Because without the truth, women would be in charge. Because men would just hear women say, oh, women, without women, no one would be born, which is true, right? But it's also true that without men, women would not be born. Because every woman started off as a seed that came from a man. And so did every man start off that way too. So both people are needed for a child to be born. But when you're on that woman worship stuff, you'll believe all of this stuff that it says in verse 15 and not accept the truth of the matter, which is the other side of it. Verse 16, even of them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards from whence the wine cometh. They also make the garments for men. These bring glory unto men, and without women cannot men be, which is true, right? But then it's also true that without men, women cannot be. And that's why women don't like the truth, man, because without the truth, they would be in charge, man, because they'd be able to say these things to men, and men will just accept these things. They'll be like, yeah, that's true. They'll be like, yeah, and then that's where that whole the black woman is God BS starts coming around. Verse 18, yea, and if men have gathered together gold and silver or any goodly thing, they do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty, which is true. If a man's got a lot of men reason why they go on out to get jewelry and clothes and all of these things is because they like women. They want women, right? But then the truth of the matter is as well that some men actually like these things for their own self too. And the truth is that without men, The women can't get these things, man. Women ain't going all throughout the world mining gold, mining diamonds, and all of these things. They ain't going out their way to do that. Women need men to be able to have these things too, because women ain't going out in mass anywhere to make and build these things up for themselves. They're not doing that. And that's why women don't like the truth, man. It's actually deep. You can actually understand why women don't like truth through using the Bible, because without the truth, women would be in charge and they'd be able to have power, man. And you can keep reading all of these. In fact, I'll read some more, man. Verse 20, a man leaveth his own father that have brought him up and his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife. He sticketh not to spend his life with his he sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country. And men will do that. They'll move out of their hometown, they'll change religions and all that. They do that for their women, man. Right? Because men care about women more than women care about men. But then here's the truth of the matter. If the women was not benefiting from a man doing that for them, they wouldn't do it. That's the truth. But that's the truth that women don't want to accept, man, that women need men more than the men need women, if we're being real. Because all the societies and all the privileges that women enjoy came to them from men's hands, right? And that's why women don't like the truth, man. Because the truth is that all the things that women try and use and loiter over men, if men were to use their abilities that and strengths that they have over women, men could take those things from women and there's nothing that they could do about it. Anything that a woman's got that she thinks is some kind of power over a man, right? A man could use his power that he has over women to take all of those things, every single one of them. And that's part of the truth that women don't want to be accepted out there, man. And that's why they had such a problem with Kevin Samuels. That's why they had such a problem with Fresh and Fit podcast. That's why they had such a problem with all these other red pill guys that talk about the wickedness of women. Because then it shows the truth, it reveals the truth, and then their power is taken away, man. And all the things that are mentioned here, then they, even though these things are true, there's other things that you can mention in regard to these things too, to show that women actually are not what they say they are, man. Verse 27. Many also have perished and erred and sinned for women, right? Verse 26, yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. Many also have perished and erred and sinned for women. And now, when you understand this thing, this point that you mentioned there, then you have to understand the truth of it. The reason why men have sinned and did all of these things for women is because the truth about women, when you read the scriptures, is that women are actually wicked, right? A lot of women, the majority of women are wicked, man. King Solomon had 1,000 women, wives and concubines. So he dealt with them in different kinds of ways, right? Yet he didn't find any righteous among those 1,000. So that's why men have perished and erred and sinned for women, because they're trying to fulfill that woman's desires, and the woman's desires are ever changing and wicked for the most part, man. And that's why when you read the truth about what a righteous woman is, the truth about it in Proverbs 31, the truth of what a righteous woman is that she's doing things to help a man. The man's not going out of his way all the time continuously to do things to help her. Now let's get this. First Ezra chapter 4 and verse 37. Wine is wicked. The king is wicked. Women are wicked. This is the truth, right? Wine is wicked. The king is wicked. Women are wicked. All the children of men are wicked. And such are all their wicked works. Facts. Truth. And there is no truth in them. In their unrighteousness also shall they perish. Excuse me, in their unrighteousness also they shall perish. As for the truth, it endureth and is always strong. It liveth and it conquereth forevermore. And that's why women have got a problem with the truth, man. Because without the truth, women would have power, man. Women would have a lot of power in this earth. Because the men wouldn't accept, men wouldn't accept that they're stronger than women. And if a woman's getting out of line, they've always got a thing that they can use to one-up them, their physical strength. Men wouldn't accept the truth that women that are trying to come around making them simp, talking all of this stuff, but then they got a high-ass body count. That's not acceptable behavior. They'd be like, they'd accept the non-truth that it don't matter. But when you're accepting the truth, a woman should be her most picky on what man she wants when she's a virgin. That's the truth. And every man that she sleeps with after that, she should be getting less and less picky and keeping her mouth zipped and her legs closed too, to go with it, man. Apart from for her husband. That's the truth. And when you read First Ezra, the 4th chapter, man, you understand why women's kryptonite is the truth, because that's the one thing that takes their power away, man. All these things is deep, man. I was just thinking about that, man. It's deep. The Bible can be used to explain everything that goes on in this earth, man. Women hate truth because it takes their power away, man. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakar Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.